Hello, hello, hello. How you doing today? I am going to, I don't know if I'll wait. I only got 49 people. So I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it. First, I want to put a disclaimer. DB is never nothing to joke about. It's not a topic that most people like to use as a trending. There's somebody that cannot wake up from or their damage from their trauma. So my story is about dodging before it gets to the next level. Um, I think I was about 27, 28, no, 27. I was 27. I met this guy. I was working at a little night job. Hold on. I gotta get used to that, okay? So the guy I was talking to, I don't know what he was doing. I just know that he was a little flashy. I never really asked him for money. I don't think I remember asking him for anything like money, but I just remember he was like a little flashy. He was a little older than me. He's like 32. And I was 27. So he balanced my chaos. Like at the time, I was like still wanting to go out to clubs and I still wanted to party and have a good time. Um, but I had a kid. So he kind of balanced that. I stayed at home, I cleaned up the house, I cooked, but not necessarily for him. I just was starting to do that. I was starting to engage in being a mother. Domestic. That's the word. Not just being a mother, because I was just being more domestic, and I wasn't once upon a time. So when I met him, I was starting to become more domestic, stay at home, and we started talking. Probably about within 2 months, he started, giving me hints like he wanted to live with me, and I was like, no. And at the time, I was staying in, it was like a HUD area, but I wasn't paying HUD prices. I was upset, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Everybody else around me was paying like $32 a month, and I'm paying like 600. So, and I was like, oh no, I no. He was like, you stay in this neighborhood, your rent is like mad cheap, and I was like, no, it's not. So he was like, yeah, we can just stay here for like 6 months. And I was like, no. And we can get a bigger place. And I was like, well, why we can't get a bigger place now if you're serious? So obviously we're not together. So let's get to the story. And so we was, still talking and he was coming over a little bit more frequently. I started, making dinner, started, still going to work, and he started being a little bit more consistent. Like he'll pick me up from work. Um, he'll sometimes take me to work. It was like he was a little bit more hands on, like slowly and surely. So one day we were sitting in his car. I'll never forget this. Um, he told me to do something. I was like, no. He slapped me. Wasn't that type of slap that was like, oh, and I bust out and crying. And it's like, baby, I'm sorry. No, it was like more like he tried me. He tested me. He tried to see where I was at, my level. And before I got out of the car, I remember hitting him back. I do recognize I did hit him back after he slapped me, but um, he was like, I know I hit him back for sure, but everything went blank, like mentally blank. Like it was like my body was somewhere in a different dimension. Like I was looking at the situation because I'm still sitting in the car, but I'm looking at the situation outside of my body. So, mean to say, I stopped talking to him. Like I cold turkey stopped talking to him. Because I felt like that was a no. No man should never put his hands on a woman, and a woman should never put her hands on a man. Um, I'm still kind of like when you go on through back in time, you're still shook that what if I did not get out the car? What if I did what he asked me to do? What if I gave him another chance? I'm sitting here right now thinking about that. Like, I probably would not be here. Not necessarily on this earth. I wouldn't be here like with my mindset, my driven of life. I would not be here. And I wouldn't. I probably will be somewhere. If it's not with him, it'll be with another abuser. Um, and the sad reality is there's women that did not have that opportunity like I had. And my story is not to say or feel a victim. I never want to be a victim. That's just something that happened. But it's more sad to say that women don't women don't come out of this. And I would tell women or somebody that's a woman, I would tell somebody that's going through this, seek help. Seek help. Like it's okay. Seek help. It's yeah, seek help. Nobody is not here to be alone. And you don't have to put up with that. So these are my steps to avoid abuser or future abuser. Um, have boundaries. Um, your space is not always his space. Have boundaries. Allow him to know that. If you have a time that you need to be in the house, you stay in the house. You yeah, yeah, don't go outside your word. Um, if you tell him you want to wait sexually, wait. Yeah. You don't have to have sex with him. And that is something forced. If you feel like you're forced, don't do it. I mean, just say, hey, lose my number, get lost, applesauce. You don't have to necessarily stay like that. A lot of times we don't see abusers until it slowly cripples. Like it slowly, like that slap was just the icebreaker. Um, it eventually will get more violent after that slap. Even though he said, I was just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. No, no man don't play with you. I don't fist fight with a guy. I don't wrestle with a guy because one, I'm a lady. And two, I always think that's the way of a guy sizing you up. He wants to really see. He don't want to fight you just because he wants to. What you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? No, he wants to really size you up. That's just the way a guy that is a weaker guy. That's what he does. That's how most women would sit there and say, "Oh, we just fight. We just play." I hear that all the time, girl. We just play, and then suddenly it was like, "No, this guy really punched me in the face," and all because y'all was playing. Y'all was horse playing, and I no, we don't horse play. I don't horse play, because no. Mm-mm. Nope, you can count that out. I'm dead serious. I think about that now. I'm like, mm-mm. So when I date a guy, and the first thing he'd be like, "Girl, I wanna fight." I'm like, oh no, lose my number, applesauce. Like, get lost. Like, that's how I became. Like, after that first time when I was 27 getting slapped, no, I don't play fight. Another thing is you don't raise your voice at me. You better argue with me with your eyebrows. You better you better argue with me in a indoor voice. Like, you no, no. A guy should never have to raise his voice at a woman. Um, there's nothing that should make a person so mad that he feels like he has to strike or he has to raise his voice. That is like one of my red signs. Like, when and also this is another one. If he have a tendency of punching things, your face is next. If a man punch a wall or he gets that angry that he has to release, yeah, he's not the one for me. Um, And personally, I try my best to never get a man mad. Like, there's nothing for us to get each other mad. After you get a certain age, I don't need to have an argument with you. I don't even have to be right because I'm probably 90% right. Like, ask my mom. Like, mom, don't ask her. She don't say no. Don't ask her. She's a hater. But hey, mom, go to bed, do. But but yeah, that was I. And I want to tell a story. I had a cousin. My mother was actually close with her, but she she lost her life for DB. Um, she did. She lost her life. It was something so. It was a control that he always had over her. A control that she could never find herself missing. She could not. I felt like DB victims sometimes they feel like they're helping their abuser of giving them that little bit of control. Like, yeah, he got it. Or, yes, he's the love of my life. There's plenty of people that can say one thing and do another. But that is just my thing. I seen DBA personally hit hard, definitely from one of my cousins. Um, and it's not a good feeling. It's no DB is never a good feeling for nobody. Um, Definitely if you have to witness it, your children sees it, it's never a good thing. So I just wanted to let everybody know that DV is something serious. It's nothing funny. Um, I want to speak on this. There's this little TikTok where the song comes on and they beat like this, and the woman do like this, and the man toss her across the room. That is not funny. I don't know who started that. That's not funny. Like, that is that's what I see. I visually see. I see that sizing up thing. Even though you might think it's a kiki, but it's really sad for me to see that and think that is funny. Like, and a lot of times that's where domestic ZB again. That's where it starts. I can't say it enough. It's never funny when a girl beat up on a man. It's never funny when a boy beats up on a girl. It's never funny. It's never funny. And it should never nowadays TikTok and social media, they made that junk funny. They made DB funny. Even if it is a little gag, a little key, they made it funny. And I don't know if people understand the trauma that it can bring to a person. Um, they don't understand. Like, when I could personally see it, like, that video, if somebody just went through it or they're gone, they have to go to a shelter and they scrolling through Instagram and they see that video, they see that little TikTok or that little short, and it brings them back to memories. Like, oh, so this was okay. This is okay. Let me call Joe Bo and make it better because this TikTok world is saying just beat him up. Just beat him back up. And they never beat him up before. They never seen him. It's just a different way of life. I don't promote that. I don't like it. I don't. Yeah, if there's a TikTok where two couples are really beating up on themselves, or a woman is slapping a man, yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. You might be my bestest YouTuber, my bestest TikToker. When you do that, I won't support that. I probably dislike it just for kicks and giggles because that's not funny. I think if we see a lot of nonsense stop on social media, you might see a lot of DV stopping, or you might see a lot of unnecessary things such as grooming. I did say that word. These parents. Oh my gosh, that's making me hot as well. But that's another day, another story. But I just wanted to say that, like, DV is never a funny topic. It is has to be so serious. You don't have to come on here lying. You don't have to come to clean up, make it look better for the next person. You just have to tell your story, and you have to be able to be strong to walk away. Um, and like I said, love don't hurt. And we can look at it so many ways, like, oh, just give them another chance. But love don't hurt. Love should never hurt from the beginning or the end. That's just my way of life. It should never hurt from the beginning or the end. I just want everybody to know, if you're seeing this, if you're going through DV, reach out to somebody. You don't have to do it by yourself. This is not acceptable behavior. Nobody don't should never have to put their hands on you to show you that they love you or that they care about you. Y'all have a wonderful night. And I'll probably do another topic in a few minutes. But I just wanted to do the DV topic because I think there's so many people that is blind by love that they don't know. Um, and again, some people might not think that was a DV situation for me, but guess what? It was a surreal moment in my life that I will preach to my kids. Don't touch. Um, don't even play fight with your man. To my daughter, I would tell my sons, don't play fight with your girlfriends. Don't play fight with your wife. You don't need to play. You don't need to do that. Um, you want to play fight? Play a video game with them, or I don't know, but don't. Yeah, don't go around just hey girl, come here, girl, give me your face. Let me punch you in the face. We don't. No, I want them to understand there's a place and time to um play around your wife or your significant other, but fighting or I even want my sons to have a mild temper when it comes down to women. I really want them to. They don't need to be yelling at a woman. That's how I raise my kids. The woman is the only one that needs to be raising her voice. And if she does, she means serious. I mean, I want him to not fear his wife physically. I want him to know that his wife is the boss that it's supposed to be. But that's just my opinion, y'all. I'm gonna always stand up for my daughters-in-laws and my daughter because we're the boss. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all have a wonderful night. If y'all catch me in my next live, I'm talking about something funny. Bye. Mm-mm, mm-mm.